friends, is how you cut grass with a bush hog at that. So we made it to the farm, and I wanted to jump on the tractor and immediately get Marty's sitting. Anyhow, I wanted to get the grass cut because it was raining on the way up here, and actually it's thundering back off this way like last weekend if you watched the video. So it might be coming this way. But Dad came up yesterday and cut the grass, so all this looks great. I took care of the roads and the trail, which I don't know if it got it on that last video, going all the way into the 8 acres, and the trail that splits it, because I keep the trails open for the deer. Anyhow, it was pretty bad. So here we are. I'm filthy dirty, covered in mud already, because this bush hog slings mud everywhere. And it's, I don't know, I got to fix it. I think I need the safety chains. Anyhow, Marty and I are going to grill wings tonight, and we are going to put corn out for the deer, and we are going to chill. So I got all the stuff for the rain catch. I got all the stuff to finish the bathroom in the new cabin, which is just tying in the shower and the vanity into one drain and feeding it out. So other than that, it's just hooking it up. And we're good. So let's bring this night to you. So I just jumped on the tractor and went to cut the trail, which I think I just told you. And I ran into all the moms and the babies. And I stopped and I came and put the tractor up. So I figured I'd cut it tomorrow. But look, here's what followed me out of the woods. Bucket of corn, and they took off. So it was amazing though. When I turned the corner going down the first trail, there they were, and I guess being on the tractor, it didn't faze them at all. They were more focused on the tractor, so they just stood there. Anyhow, they followed me out. Matter of fact, you just saw it. So tractor's away. It's hot as hell. I mean, it's 90, I think 90 degrees. So anyhow, I got the grill set up. I'm going to put chicken wings. We're going to cook wings again. We had wings last weekend and they were really good. So I'm going to do it again this weekend. So I'm going to fire up some wings, and that's what we're having for dinner. So let's see if the deer come back out. I'm going to go take a bath. See ya.
I know you get stronger when you get older. Don't show your shoulders when you get older. The things aren't easy, so just believe me now. If you don't keep it cool now, you never make a sound. All the words will guide the way. Get to hear me now. All the feels will fade away. If you get to hear me now. how. If you get to hear me now. 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 If you get to hear me now.
Your lipstick stains on the front lobe of my left side brains. I knew I wouldn't forget you, and so I went and let you blow my mind. Your sweet moonbeam, the smell of you in every single dream I dream. I knew when we collided, you're the one I have decided who's one of my kind. Hey, soul sister, ain't that Mr. on the radio? Stereo, the way you move ain't fair, you know. Hey, soul sister, I don't wanna miss a single thing you do tonight. Hey, 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 just in time. I'm so glad you have a one-track mind like me. You gave my life direction, a game show love connection we can't deny. I'm so obsessed. My heart is bound to beat right out my untrimmed chest. I believe in you like a virgin, you're Madonna, and I'm always gonna wanna blow your mind. Hey, soul sister, ain't that Mr. on the radio? Stereo, the way you move ain't fair, you know. Hey, soul sister, I don't wanna miss a single thing you do tonight. The way you can cut a rug, watching you is the only drug.
Okay, so now we have 4 babies. 2 new babies just showed up with some mom. So now there's 4 little ones. So to our surprise, Jack and John Pedro came out, and boom, there were 2 more babies trailing right behind them. So this is good. I don't know. We just love it. Anyhow, so I got up to cut one of the cameras on, and they all spooked and took off. But I think that's the first time the 2 new babies have seen a human being. So yeah, everybody else followed them, and I give him 15 minutes and I'll be back. So I just put the TV out. The sun actually has come back out. It's setting though, and that storm has gone on. So hopefully that's it. I think tomorrow's supposed to be pretty decent, and Saturday as well. So I have got to, Monty and I are actually contemplating on going back to Lowe's. There's one thing, I need to find a 1x12 10-foot long board, which the guy said we don't have it. But he told me to go check in the shelving department, which is a shelf board is what it is. I need to find me a 1x12. I've got the blueprints to build a wood duck box. And since that female comes here every afternoon, which I think I just got her on video with the deer, she was mixed in with the deer, but she came in, ate her belly full of corn and took off. I'll see if she can set up a home in this pond here that we got. So we'll see. Anyhow, let's see what this evening brings to us, okay? Okay, Dad just left. It's 3:30 in the afternoon, and I'm actually running a little bit behind on schedule. I wanted to get the Boston butt that I want to smoke on the grill or the smoker by noon, so it'd be ready at noon tomorrow for lunch. And I know some of you people say, what, 24 hours? That's how I do it. Low and slow, 24-hour cook, no stress. Put it on today, take it off tomorrow. Same time, it's ready. Anyhow, I'm cooking it's probably about a 10 or 12 pound Boston butt. So we attempted, well, we actually cleaned out the shed today. So the shed is clean, or the other cabin, the apartment, is cleaned out. And we actually started marking the floors for this 2x4 centers and all where the electrical boxes are. Now we still have got to put the insulation on the ceiling before we put the sheetrock on the ceiling. And we jumped from one thing to another to another to another. We ended up cutting the holes for the cornhole boards, to messing with the electrical. Now we're putting studs in, so we'll have something to nail the sheetrock to in the corners. So just little things that we got to get tidied up before we actually cover the walls. Once we get the walls covered, that's it. It's a wrap. Now, I spent probably an hour, me, Marty, and Dad, looking for my Dremel sheetrock bit that cuts the holes out of sheetrock. I bought one. I actually attempted to use it with a drill. It didn't work. I don't know where I put it, so therefore we can't cut out the electrical boxes for the sheetrock. So I told Dad, go by Lowe's tomorrow or tonight and try to get one. And then the paint I left at the house for the cornhole boards. And the pull cord, the new pull cord I got for the pressure washer because the string popped. And anyhow, it's a list of things I gave him to get. And we'll go back to the drawing board tomorrow. So tomorrow, staying focused, we're putting the insulation up and then putting the sheetrock ceiling up and be done with that before we start with the walls. And then the rest is just sheetrocking and hook up the electrical. So like I said, it's 3:30, it's hot, it's 92 degrees today. I just put the butt on, smoker's going, and we'll see what that looks like later on tonight. Anyhow, Marty's working on a project, and I might go start cutting the frame for the cornhole boards just to get that over with. Anyhow, we'll bring this afternoon to you. Peace.
Once I went to hear them play at a club outside of town. I was so surprised, I was hypnotized by the sound these cats put down. When I saw this short fat guy stretch a band between his toes, hey, I laughed so hard cause the band got down when it finally reached his nose. Hey, y'all, prepare yourself for the rubber band. Whoa, man, you never heard a sound like the rubber band. Man, you're bound to lose control when the rubber band starts to jam. Got that rubber band up on his toes, and then he wriggled it up
so much rhythm, grace, and debonair for one man? No. And then he had the nerve to twiddle his left toe, but through his knee, got the feeling in his head, y'all. Oh, come on, baby. Won't you cry yourself, hear me? Never heard a sound. Oh, he's my man, and he likes to jam. The band starts to jam, moving up and down across the land. Got a wiggle all in his waist. Everything about him seems out of place, but just move, just a rubber band man, just move, just a rubber band man, get down, oh, get down, brother.
So we have a deer, well, 2 deer, a raccoon, a female wood duck, crows, and right over here in the woods on the trail, I have 2 deer over there staring at us, but they decided to snort and they wandered off when we walked over to the grill. So anyhow, I took zucchini and squash and sliced it long ways and have grilled it along with a big eggplant and grilled it all, seasoned it. I have some bone-in pork chops grilling on the grill, leftover wings from last night, which just 3 or 4 I think, and some leftover corn on the cob that I'm heating back up that I had in the refrigerator. So that's going to be our meal tonight. It's pork chops, vegetables, oh, and I forgot the lobster mac and cheese, which is Marty's favorite. And I got a yellow deer fly messing with me now. Anyhow, I'm gonna bring dinner to you.
You don't really want any more from me to make things right. You need someone to hold you tight, and you think love is to pray, but I'm sorry, I don't pray that way. Once I ran to you, now I run from you. This tainted love you've given, I give you all a boy could give you. Take my tears and that's not nearly all. Tainted love, tainted love. Don't touch me, please, I cannot stand the way you tease. I love you though you hurt me so. Now I'm gonna pack my things and go. Tainted love, tainted love, tainted love, tainted love. Touch me baby, tainted love. Touch me baby, tainted love. Tainted love, tainted love, tainted love, tainted love.
Good morning. It's Saturday morning now, and it's going to be another beautiful day. Probably another hot day though. It was 92 I heard yesterday, according to the Channel 5. And it felt like it. I'll tell you, come yesterday afternoon, even though we didn't get much done, I was beat. But we managed to make the cornhole boards, which were awesome because I followed the plan. And Marty and I did them together and they worked out perfect. Now we just got to get the paint and get the bags made. So I'm really excited about that because that's a fun game to play. Anyhow, the Boston Bud has been cooking now since yesterday at 3:30. I just restocked the wood chips and it's smoking and steaming again. So come this afternoon, that butt is going to be perfect. The cabin. So even though we didn't get much done, we did a lot of little things. I told Dad we had to get just a lot of little things tightened up. I needed to secure the electrical panel. We needed to put some framing where the sheetrock is going to tie in, get the corners studded out so we can have something to screw to. And Marty and I actually tried to do the ceiling insulation last night. I don't have a staple gun. The staple gun we had broke. So I tried to do it with using string, which works, but the problem is I have 24-inch centers on the ceiling and the insulation is only 16 inches wide. So I have to put a full strip and then cut a half of a strip, and trying to keep all that in place to run a web of string to hold it in place is kind of hard to do without a staple gun. So we kind of gave up on that because I had sheetrock dripping all over me and trying to hold it up with my head, and it was, hot inside, and it's rough. So Dad is supposedly bringing up a staple gun today, and that should make it go a lot easier. The cabin is cleaned out. We've put everything out that doesn't belong there. So we've got 10 sheets of 4x8 sheetrock, and we can put that in and cut out for all the electrical outlets. And that was another issue, is I had a Dremel bit that cuts sheetrock so I can cut out the electrical holes and just push the sheetrock up against the studs, and I've misplaced it. So Dad is going to Lowe's either yesterday or this morning to get a new sheetrock cutting bit for the Dremel, and we should be able to just slap up some sheetrock on the walls. The other thing I found was the proper threshold. I found 2 good thresholds. I didn't buy them while we were at Lowe's Thursday though, because I didn't know the gap between the door. Both doors are 1 inch, so I need to get at least a 1 inch threshold gap threshold, and that will seal off the cabin. But we're going to wait and actually put those in last because we got to put the floor in. The vinyl flooring that we're going to put in will go in last after we've finished everything, because I've got written on the floor where all the studs are and the measurements to the center of the electrical boxes. So I need those measurements. Anyhow, we'll put the vinyl flooring in last, and then of course the thresholds will go in after that. We had a ton of deer last night. Oh my God, the deer came out in droves, which I'm not sure if I've already put the video in or I'm going to put it in. Excuse me, but we had 2 deer come out that were skittish, so maybe they were new, and they ended up disappearing, and it was kind of quiet, and they all walked out of the woods at the same time. It was 10 deer. 10. I think that's the most we've had together in front of us at one time, and the most Marty's seen at one time. So it looked like a herd of deer standing in the front yard, which you've either seen the video or the video is coming. And that was great. It was amazing to see. So today is Saturday. It's the work day. and we'll see what that brings us. Hopefully Dad and I will get the rest of the insulation done on the ceiling if he brings up the staple gun. And then it's sheetrock and finishing up. We do have to make the Murphy bed. So if anybody watching this has a suggestion on a plan for a Murphy bed that's homemade built, let me know so I can build it, because it has to fold up or else it'll just take up too much room. So we'll see what today brings y'all. I hope it's a good one. Okay? Peace.
I've got this burning, yearning feeling inside me. Ooh, deep inside me. And it hurts so bad. You came into my life so tenderly, with the burning love that stings like a bee. And now that I'm surrounded so helplessly, you know I believe you wanna leave me. Oh baby, baby, where did our love go? Oh, don't you leave me, don't you leave me no more. Oh baby,
Cintura solta, dá meia volta, é cocomambo. Não se cansa agora, começou a festa. Mexe a cabeça e dança com duro. A mão pra cima, cintura solta, dá meia volta, é cocomambo. Não se cansa agora, começou a festa. Mexe a cabeça e dança com duro. Quem pode domar a força que entra nas suas veias? Fica quente, gruda na gente, ferve, esquenta, incendeia. E quem pode parar isso que descontrola sua cadeira? Esse fogo que queima por dentro e lento, tudo me tempera. A mão pra cima, cintura solta, dá meia volta, é cocomambo. Não se cansa agora, começou a festa. Mexe a cabeça e sacode duro. Balança, vem balançando, morena no cocomambo. Ninguém vai ficar parado, eu quero ver mexer com duro. Balança, vem balançando, morena no cocomambo. Ninguém vai ficar parado. Oi, 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 oi. É pra que...
Okay, good Sunday morning. So Marty and I have actually gotten up early at 6:30, or was 6:30. It's about 7:15 now. I woke up to a family of raccoons. So there was a mom and 3 babies, and you just saw the video. And then the 2 other deer that you saw in the video were not full-size deer, they were fawns, but there was no mom. So they've been running around playing with the raccoons, or curious about the raccoons, and on their own. So mom's either out laying down somewhere and decided to let them go roam free, but that's what they did. So that was pretty cool that the babies were out here on their own doing their thing. So recap from yesterday, we finished the sheetrock on the ceiling except for one strip, which is maybe 1.5 feet wide, and insulation. So insulation and then the sheetrock, so the ceiling's in. That is the 2 biggest, hardest pieces to get in, and they're up. So we can just walk the dog with the rest of it. Sun is coming up right through the trees right there. And we are going to drink some more coffee this morning, and then probably pack up and head on to the house. So that was a 4-day weekend. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Flies by, goes by so quickly. It's crazy how fast time goes by up here. Of course, a lot of work getting done. So we will bring it to you next weekend. And anything else that happens this morning, okay? Talk to you in a minute.
Cocomambo, 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 cocomambo. A mão pra cima, cintura solta, dá meia volta, é cocomambo. Não se cansa agora, começou a festa. Mexe a cabeça e dança com duro. Balança, vem balançando.